I'm a stalker, and indeed I'm white, I'm not very good at speaking for people, so I'm going to say a lot. Sorry about that. I have been coming to this church for a while now. We started coming through the preschool program that's here. I think we were here when Father Bob was retired and when Father Jim was here. A memory that my mom likes to tell me is that when I was introducing myself to him, I said, my name is Emily Stopper, this is my mom, and this is my little brother, and he's a little brother. And he laughed and said, don't worry, I have a little brother too. Through these years, this church has helped me and my family through very tough times. It has also helped me grow as a person and made me more comfortable with who I am. I'm very thankful for this community for doing that. I wanted to say thanks to both the youth leaders I had, which are Robert and Sarin, and I wanted to also thank the Sunday school teachers that helped me, like my mom and Michelle. And I also wanted to thank Kara with her children's program. And then I also wanted to thank Father Tom, who are two memories that I have that are my absolute favorite. One is I had just gotten my appendix out, and I was very worried because, and he came in, and it was around the time that I was trying to get some solid food because I had just been eating Jell-O, and apparently I had told the doctor I never want to see Jell-O again. And he came in, he had given me a blessing, and we talked for a little bit, and I very much appreciate that. Another memory is when Father Tom, he had pulled out lightsabers at Max and decided to reenact a scene from Star Wars with the acolytes. By far my most favorite memory here. I wanted to do that.
They should really give us level lyrics to make the whole thing a lot more smooth to transition between the different people at different rates. If you look in your bulletin, I've included this amber color sheet which has some of my information.
Good job.
I'm Elijah Adrian. I didn't actually put the sheet in there. My name's Elijah Adrian. Fingers crossed, I'll hopefully be graduating from Henrietta Lacks High School soon, a few weeks here. It's a health and bioscience magnet school in the Evergreen District. It's actually just very close to here. I want to say, I would like to say everything that the Episcopal Church has done for me over the past few years, but it's really hard to name all the things because there's just so many of them. So I have a selection here. The biggest thing I want to say is that the Episcopal Church has always welcomed me and my family wherever we are and wherever we work in any capacity. The Episcopal Church has always been accepting to us. I've also included this white sheet with some announcements and bulletins in it in your service bulletin. Pull this out. There's a little motto on the top that says, uncomfortably inclusive, intellectually brave, intentional service, inspiring community, living tradition. Perhaps what I like most about the Episcopal Church is this intellectually brave. The Episcopal Church is a place where you can give your own interpretation of your personal faith, and you can overanalyze things to the point of no return, and you can dive deep into the theology and the liturgy and everything, and really figure out what is special about the church to you and what speaks to you. I first, when I was in middle school, I considered myself an atheist, and I came from a not very religious family. But I started going anyway to these HYCs or youth retreats through the Diocese of Olympia. And the first high school retreat that I did was at this church in particular. And I have to say that I liked Father Tom's preaching so much that I told my family about it. To my parents, I think you'll like this guy. He uses statistics and reasoning in his sermons. He's a great preacher. And my family came, they do like him. So that sort of goes to show the kind of thing. My dad comes here almost every Sunday. My mom doesn't come as much. She's here. I did serve as an acolyte in this church for a little while. I'm not doing it now because I'm just too busy as a senior. I can't possibly fit that into my schedule. But the church has, this particular church has given me a lot of opportunities, such as being a regional youth representative at Diocesan Convention, where I learned about sort of what's important to the greater church and what are the things that we're doing and how decisions are made that affect change and affect our future. I was very blessed to attend General Convention of the church last year or 2 years ago in Houston, Austin, in Texas. But that was really an interesting experience just to see all the different perspectives from different parts of the church and talking to different bishops who were coming and seeing what they thought about theology and liturgy and interacting with the exhibitions at that convention from all the different outreach groups and ministries across the church. It was a very wonderful experience. And I couldn't have done it without the scholarship help that the Church of Good Shepherd provided, helping to pay for that pilgrimage. The biggest part of my faith journey over the past 4 years have been these retreats that I've gone to, this HYC, and really the amazing thing about that is that you're immersed in a community of people like yourself who are going through the same struggles as you and the same kind of spiritual and faith journey. And you can really talk and share about how that feels and what you're thinking and how all these things are going down in your life. And that's really a thing that young people don't get a lot. And so I'm really glad that this diocese provides that. And I wish that everyone would get that opportunity. You know, if you have kids that are high school and educated these things. It's not fun. I recommend doing that. This summer, no, let's start with last summer. Let's start with 2 years ago. One of the pilgrimages that I went on with this diocese was the Southern Social Justice Excursion, where we went to some of the southern states and saw that different kind of culture and that different landscape and learned about the civil rights movement while doing it, while seeing some of the places where these events actually happened. And I have to say that seeing a different part of the country like that and really experiencing it has had a huge impact on my personal perception of this country and the people in it and really the place we live as not just one thing, but a diverse web of different cultures and perspectives. And I wouldn't have gotten that without the church sending me on that pilgrimage. So I have to thank the church for giving that opportunity. And let me just say, if you open your white sheet to the centerfold, on this page here we have, this thing is great, you should actually read it sometime. I just did this Sunday. There's like stuff about the Catholic campaign going on, there's like updates on what they're doing with their construction planning and stuff. And there's all kinds of like VBS and different Saturday in the Park Pride. Ooh, what's that? But these two events, opportunities for teens, I'm going to this 6-day camp this summer and this pilgrimage on the peninsula for the Youth Creation Fair pilgrimage. And this pilgrimage is on the Olympic Peninsula. We're going to be hiking about 130 miles through the rainforest and stopping along the way, talking to people in churches about the land we live in and just kind of experiencing it and talking about the things that the church is doing to support it and really just experiencing this wonderful place that we live in up close and personal. And I have to thank the Church of the Good Shepherd again for providing scholarships for 2/3 of 6-day and 2/3 of the cost of the pilgrimage, where the diocese is providing the other third of this. So I'm a very lucky duck to be attending these two events free of charge to myself. Thank you, Church. But I will be excited to report back everything that I learned from the Creation Care pilgrimage and from 6-day, because we're always learning, always experiencing new things. Is there anything else? I think that's it. Thank you very much.
My name is Abigail. You might see me around here a lot. My family doesn't really come to the service a lot. Definitely a lot more upbeat than the 8:30 service, though. I enjoy jamming out with the band, so it's a lot of fun. I've been coming to Good Shepherd for about 3 years now. I think it might be 4 at Christmas this next year. I started coming at Christmas a few years back, so that's kind of my point of that's my knowledge of where I sometime. When I started coming into Good Shepherd, I was at a low point in my life. I was at a home with a parent who was sick in a way that I didn't really understand, and it made me this very angry and upset person all the time. And I was going down a road that led to nowhere, and I was going really fast. And Good Shepherd kind of helped me put the brakes on that and to see that there was a better path, a better road to go down, one that wasn't always rain clouds and storms, somewhere that had flowers and summer times and everything. And it helped me see a more positive outcome to everything. I am blessed with great parents on both the religious side, the adoptive side, and on just my biological parents. Despite the fact that my father was very sick in a way that affected me, I know that deep down inside he is a loving person. My mother is an amazing person who tries her best at everything to give her kids the world. And then I was blessed with another mother who also gave everything that she could to me to make sure that I always was happy, that I was always in the best mood. And though I bicker and fight and I make her go back to bed when she's cranky, I know that I love her more than anything. And I thought that was all I was going to get. I thought I was going to get this nice kind of community to go to, and I was going to get this family. But I was so wrong. I was given this huge family at this church of people that loved me, of a spirit that held me and made sure that I was never alone. I was given great godparents and god siblings, and I was given people that I looked up to and people that never let me spend a day being upset. Because even if I came to church crying my eyes out, it was just a joke or a hug away from just this overwhelming smile. And if it wasn't Father Tom just engulfing me in a hug with how tiny I am compared to him, it was the amazing sermons that always brought in like the good part of my day and made me remember that even when we feel like we are alone, we are not. We always have Jesus with us. We always have people looking over us, and we always have this community around us. And that community also gave me not only the best adults that I had in my life, but some of the best kids in my life. I got an amazing godbrother. I gotten closer with both of my adopted siblings. And even though one of my godbrothers is kind of annoying, I wouldn't trade him for the world. And I was also given the best little baptism buddy on my baptism here, and he is just a ray of sunshine when I see him. And being baptized here was an amazing day. Not only did I get that little connection with him, but I also got such a bigger connection with my faith and with this church. And I have so many people that I would like to thank. I could sit up here all day and pull Father Tom and just keep going with my sermon over and over and over, just saying all the things that I love and thankful for. But I want to call out two specific people, which is Robin and Saren, who are some of the best youth leaders I have ever met. But I mean, you can't really outshine perfection when it comes to them. Robin always was there to answer my questions, and trust me, when I came here, I had a lot. I didn't understand anything. I didn't understand the difference between Episcopalian and just every other Christian thing. I didn't understand that there were branches of Christianity, of religion. I thought it was just the big subgroups and that was it. And I had outrageous theories. I questioned every sermon. I questioned every single solitary thing. And Robin put up with it. And now Saren sits there and she gets to laugh at my theories and answer my questions. And I'm still asking as many questions as I can. And I'm going to keep asking questions because I always have people around me that are going to help me answer those. Even if sometimes it's just the most dumbfounding, I don't really know, I'm just kind of going with it. It's always fun to have people around that are going to support me, even when I'm questioning everything that they think shouldn't be questioned. They always sit there and at least put up with it. So I appreciate that. And I wouldn't be where I am today without everybody here at this church, without my great moms in my life, without all of the adults and children and everybody around me. And I'm excited to start my next leg of my adventure, and I know it's scary. I'll be off about 4 hours away, but I already know I went and saw the Episcopal Church near my new college, so I'll be sure to be there every day, and I'll keep my church family here at heart, and when I'm back for breaks and everything, you better believe I'll be sitting there with my eyes right on Father Tom, paying attention. Thank you guys for letting me be here, and thank you guys for letting me speak.
Abby, don't go far, dear. Don't go far. We're going to do blessing over you and your adopted sister, Emily, first. So come on up. And what we'd like to do is, the tradition is parents, family members, and also church family members that have had a real tangible role in the raising up of these two young women to come on up and surround them. Zach's right there. There he is. Mom, Saren, Michelle, Linda. There you go. Okay, so I gave you a big blessing earlier. Who says I can't give more blessings? You dear young women are so near and dear to my heart. It's hard to believe. Almost 12 years ago when I got here, Emily, you were just a wee thing. Look at you now. Abby, you too. You came to our doors. We loved on you, especially this woman right here, and especially your biological mama right here. How blessed are you to have two mamas? You got a bunch of mamas behind you, both of you. You got a bunch of dads behind you. You got a bunch of brothers and sisters. Your church family, whether it's a Good Shepherd or up there in Everett, or wherever in the world, where the Anglican Church is, you have a connection that's deep and it's wide. May the Lord bless you both. Emily and Abby, you can put your mind up to do whatever you want. You always have us cheering you on, and you always have Christ with you every step of the way. With Christ every step of the way, you will never be alone, and you will always make a difference in the world. I pray, Lord, you would bless these two young women as difference makers in the world. I pray you would just give them everything and more that they need to help our planet and to help those who inhabit our planet do a better job of being kinder and more loving and more gentle and more patient with one another. I pray this in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. All right, Elijah. Where's Elijah? Elijah. Pete. Al, yeah, come on up. And anybody else who had a role in Elijah's upbringing, yeah, Lindsay, you know you want to. Come on. This brother is going into the United States Navy. Yeah. Our David Captain graduate. He's going into the Navy, and then he goes to go on to be a doctor, a surgeon. I always wanted to be a surgeon. But this brother here, if I may say, has some kind of call on his life. And I know, Lord, that you know, and I just can't wait to see how you're going to continue to move in his life. This cross that you wear signifies your faith in your Lord and Savior. As I said to the young gals, remember, he'll never give up on you. He chose you first, he loved you first, and he has such great plans for you. He's giving you loving parents, he's giving you loving friends, he's giving you health, body, soul, and mind, and you can do anything you put your mind to and your life to. Never conform. Remember that. Never conform. You are who God made you, and you're special, and you're unique, and the world needs more of you, aka Elijah, Adrian Elijah, could be interchangeable. May the blessing of God Almighty, Elijah, also known as Eli, be with you this day and forevermore. Amen. All right, so those three are done. Now I have the two other gals, Caroline Victoria. Come on up. Come on up. Yeah, everybody. Fiona, B, Katie, come on, yeah. And then Sarah last please. Sarah, I'll get you next. Come on up. Caroline's going to Boise State, go Broncos. And she's going to study pre-law, and she's going to be the next Ally McBeal. You young people know about Ally McBeal? That doesn't matter. She is the youngest of this brood, which hails from LaPorte, Indiana, the later clan. I have blessed, did I bless heaven? Or did he get by me? I did. 08. When I came here, I got your oldest under the blessing of the anointing. I got Allison, I got B, and now I've got you here. And it gives me a great honor and privilege. The last of the linear clan, who has grown up just like her siblings into the full stature of Christ Jesus. I thank you for her father, mother, her surrogate mothers. Thank you for her grandparents. I thank you for all the parents behind her in this church. You were 6 years old when I came here. I can't believe it. And the picture in the parish prospectus had you on your mother's lap. You want to talk about that? And I thought to myself, that's a church for families that are aglow for the Lord. You are aglow for the Lord. And everything you do, you're a light, Caroline Victoria, in the world where the darkness is always trying to creep in. And the good Lord has given you a fine mind and intellect. More than that, you have a huge heart. And you're going to take your studies to the next level. And if the Lord God blesses you, and He will, if you follow Him in His ways, He will take you to your wildest dreams, and you will make a significant difference in our society. for those who need representation at the legal level, whatever that may look like. I thank you for your brothers, your older sister, who are here in extension, cheering you on. And I thank you for all your teachers and all your coaches and all your mentors there at Camas, Papermaker Land High School. We are so proud of you, Caroline Victoria, and I give you a blessing, like I did your siblings. In the name of the Father who created you, the Son who redeemed you, and the Holy Spirit who strengthens you and guides you this day and forevermore. Amen. Thank you. Hey, there's Sarah Bischoff. Where's Sarah Bischoff? There she is. Hey, come on. So that's Papermaker and Henrietta Lacks and Mountain View, and one more Mountain View. This is Sarah Bischoff. She is going to Clark College. She's going to start. More than that, she is going to be, we've had a few professional dancers in our life over here. The Go For It boy is not a boy anymore. Stephen, of course, dances professionally down in Las Vegas, at the ballet down in Vegas. Sarah is part of an award-winning dance team there at Mountain View High School and was the captain for the year. And plus, she has served the altar, and she's always been grateful to me. And it gives me an honor and privilege to give you, my dear, a blessing for your steps forward in education with Clark College and the degree there as a launch pad to furthering your education and your life and doing those things that God has in store for you. I thank the Lord, Sarah, for your mom, who has loved you through thick and thin. She's your rock. Thank you for your dad and your brothers. I thank you for all the teachers there at Mountain View, your dance team coaches, and I thank you, good Lord, for all the men and women and young people here who have raised you up and helped make you into the young Christian woman that you are. Remember, you have been blessed, Sarah. You have a fine mind. The 3.6 is no small thing. You have a fine mind, and you will use it, the mind that God has given you, to do great things. I know you will always carry Jesus in your heart, but know this, my dear, sometimes he carries you. And those are the moments filled with grace in all of our lives that we're eternally thankful for. So I thank you for raising this young woman up, for her future, a future of hope. And I ask you to bless her body, soul, and mind in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. All right, anybody else? All right, let's give a round of applause.